So welcome to EDCI 318 Educational Technology, the course you've been waiting to take since you got to K-State, the one credit online course that I know you will all make your priority this semester. So anyways, I'm Dr. Elner. I teach this course. I've been teaching it now for a number of years. I've been teaching this course ever since COVID. That's when I got told I was going to teach this course on top of other things. Do a quick introduction of myself. I am a professor up here at K-State. I coordinate the physical education and health program, which of course just leads me right into ed technology, right? But I did get a master's at K-State in educational technology. And then after I got my master's, went on, got my doctorate at K-State, graduated in 2019, and have been teaching this course for a long time. So I already can see I got some of my PE kids in here. What I do like to do, what I like about me teaching this course is, since it is a PE, I'm a PE teacher, it's hard for you to go, well, we don't use technology in what I teach. If we're going to use it, I can find ways that we use it in physical education, a number of ways we use physical education. So I don't want to have that conversation. Well, I'm just not going to use technology. Well, if you do that, you're going to be missing out on a lot. And we'll talk about that here throughout the night. But welcome to my class. It's a big class. It's we have 100 and about, I think last count is about 40, 50 students combined between the two sections. There's students here that are completely online with everything they do. Some of you are on campus students, but you're taking this online this semester. So we're going to try to make it work for everybody. Along with that, the PE stuff and this course, I also teach health and movement, which again, I see a number of you that I've had in health and movement. So if you're an elementary person, you will take that course from me. If you haven't, you probably have already if you're taking this course. And then everybody takes this course. So good to see you. If you have any questions throughout the class or the orientation here, just throw that in the chat, and I will get to it as appropriate or whenever I can. This will be a fairly relaxed little meeting here, and just do the best they can with everything. Trying to think. Oh, so much. I just got done doing this for another class, and I already can tell I know a few of you were on that meeting as well. So sorry if I seem kind of scatterbrained. We're going on a long day here now. This is, I think, my 6th class today. So try to keep it all together. Educational technology. Let's just touch a little bit on that. Technology is where everybody is. And so throughout this course, I'm going to get a lot of people say, well, I don't like using technology, which I always kind of find funny, especially in the online course, when people tell me I don't like to use technology, or I don't use technology much, when you're like, well, you are in an online course, so technically you're using technology. There's pretty much very little you can do in education without touching technology somehow. But one thing I would like to get across in this class, which will sound counteractive to what I've just said, is I think hopefully when you're done teaching it or taking this class, you will realize technology, you should use technology less. You should use technology less, but this is why I say that. Technology should only be used if it's intentional and it has a purpose. We do a lot of technology stuff in education that is just for the sake of using technology. So for example, if you're an on-campus kid, we give you a PowerPoint, or we give you an iPad, or sometimes when iPads first came out, we would just give them to the kids, and we wouldn't know why. We just gave it to them because that sounded cool. And what did we do with these iPads? We had kids and they got on and they played video games of math. Well, did that really make it a better lesson? Did that really make what you're doing better? PowerPoints are another example. We love to do PowerPoints. We love to put all this information on PowerPoints, and I get a PowerPoint up there and I just read it to you. Did that make the lesson better? Is there a way I can make that PowerPoint or that presentation tool more effective to teach you to learn? So when you leave this course, I want you to think of technology should only be used if it is enhancing the lesson you are going to teach. If it is in making the experience better, if it's going to make your students understand better experience it better, whatever it is, in a better way, then yes, use technology. But if you're doing something and you're using a PowerPoint where all you're doing is reprinting what a book said, that's not making a lesson better. Right now, my kids on Canvas in their school, we do stuff like this. Okay, I want you to turn in your assignment. You're going to do your assignment on a worksheet. Then what I want you to do, instead of just giving me that worksheet, what I would like you to do is now you have to take a picture of that worksheet. And then I need you to download that worksheet into your files on your iPad. Now what I need you to do is take that file on your iPad. Now I need you to upload it into your Canvas assignment. Well, I don't know how many of you know kids. Some of you may have kids. Kids don't like to turn things in when it's easy, turn it in a piece of paper. I've just made them do 4 more steps. And guess what? They don't get turned in. You know, my kids, like my son is like, why did you turn this in? Did you not do it? He's like, well, I did it. I just haven't taken the picture and did all that stuff to it. So let's be intentional. Let's use technology in a positive way. Yes, there are a million bad things out there for technology. Absolutely. My youngest son is a perfect example of all those bad things. Okay, we got ourselves in so much trouble because of his phone and technology. So things can be bad about it, but we can use it to make better. So this course, when I teach this course, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to facilitate this course. I will be there to give you suggestions. I'll be there to give feedback. I'll be there to do all that stuff. This is not going to be a course where I'm going to crack your brain open and pour in material and say, this is how you use every app, and this is how you use every teaching tool, and this is how you make it perfect. Every student in this, every student in the College of Ed takes this class. So we have elementary teachers, we have PE teachers in here, we have ag ed teachers, we have music teachers, we have art teachers, we have English, math, we have all different levels, secondary, we have high school, middle school, elementary. So for me to tell you what will work for you, is not fair. And if I were to teach you specific tools, guess what? In 2 years, they're gone, or they're on to the better thing. So what I want to teach you to do a little bit when we get into using the tools is how to find the tool that works best for you, that is free. A tool that works best for you, that is free, and it matches your content area, it matches how you want to teach. Because some people want to use a presentation that always puts something behind them. I've kind of gotten rid of it a lot, because what happens is if I put that presentation tool behind me, I get a little bit too attached to it. So even if I do use a presentation tool, I use it very little. Like I'm not doing a PowerPoint here tonight. There's no reason for me to put a PowerPoint up and just start reading you what I wrote on the PowerPoint. At that point, I'm just going to send you the notes. Right? So I'm going to try to, I think I've done a good job. It's probably about 90-10 people think I did a good job to a bad job. I think 90 think I did a good job. I get some students don't like it, but I've provided activities and things for you to do that I think will make you think, that I think will make you do things for that will help you in what you're going to do, and things that you can do that are actual practical things. All right. I'm not a big busy work thing. Think of this class. Every time I make an assignment, every assignment for this class, 150 students turn it in. I have to grade 150 of those. So I'm not going to do busy work because I don't have time to grade busy work. At least my GTA doesn't have time to grade busy work. We'll both do a little bit. So I'm going to try to make things there for you. I'm going to try to make it, something that will give you something to think about. If at any time in this class, you're like, this is stupid, it's not working for me, I don't like it, I don't like how it's being done, I'm giving you the option and the right to reach out to me and talk to me about it. Don't just tell me at the end, because if you just tell me at the end, we haven't accomplished anything. I'm happy to adjust to everybody's needs. Even in a class this big, I'm happy and want to make this class work best for you. It's a very interesting class how we do this. It's 1 credit. It doesn't make any sense that this is 1 credit. It should be more than 1 credit in the sense that I think it's that important. But what I have done, and I've made it very intentional about this, is I am trying to respect the 1 credit aspect of this class. I'm not trying to give you 3 credits of work, right? I'm not trying to make this class like a regular class. It just happens to be 1 credit, because, when you sign up for your classes, you're like, well, I'm taking 17 hours and I'm going to take this 1 credit class to get to 18. You didn't sign up for 3 more hours. You signed up for a 1 credit class. So I'm going to try to respect that. All right. Any questions so far? Just stay with me. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go into the class a little bit. We're going to kind of go around Canvas. Since it's an online class, it is going to be imperative that you guys are familiar with the Canvas course and how I use it and what you need to be looking at. Okay, so this is your homepage. And right now, so this is 318A. I have 318A, 318ZA. So it doesn't matter. They're the exact same courses. They mirror each other. So I'll be updating each of them. Okay. So every week I will update this page, your homepage. So the first thing you're going to do, this will get updated on Friday. Friday, before I go off and do whatever I'm going to do for the weekend, I will put this little blog up here. I call it like a little blog, little information center on the homepage. So next week, you'll look here on Friday, I'll post it and I'll post it and say, let you know, I'll make like I put it down there to let you guys know I updated it. And it'll say week 2, and it'll give you information for week 2. If there's some things I want to share with you, just by written, it'll be there. On top of that, most weeks I will make a video. So most weeks I will make a preview video. And those are weeks that I want to talk about something to, kind of give my thoughts on it or give you some teaching, some lecture. They're going to be 8 to 10 minutes max. They're not going to be long videos. There's no 30-minute video in there that you have to watch. Okay. Now, within that video, I'm going to talk about this a little later and remind myself. Within that video, I'm going to stop my share real quick and go back to this. When I put out these videos, I want to impress on you. I'm not putting these videos out for my entertainment. They take a little while to do. Okay. Now, I'm not doing some heavy production of a video, but I make these videos and I put them out. They're there for you to watch. I'm not making them just because I think it's fun. I think what I'm saying and what I'm telling you in that is important. I will go through that week's stuff. Okay. I'll kind of go through the week, and then I will give you some thoughts on it. All right. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to not watch that video. Then you're going to email me and you're going to ask me a question. I'm going to say, did you watch the video? So what I'm doing this year, I've never done it before. You are going to get attendance points for watching the video. So when I put out a video, there will also be that week an attendance quiz. And there will be a code word at some point given in that video for you to put into that quiz. And so if you put the video, you'd watch it and it gives you your point. You see the code word, you go answer the quiz and you get your points. If you don't, you're not getting points for that quiz. That's going to be like an attendance thing. Again, I'm not making these. They're not going to be difficult. They're not going to be overly long videos. But I, like in a class like this, typically will have 25 people watch a video out of 150. Now you are responsible for everything in that video. Okay. And I'm, again, not making them for my health here. So I'd like you to watch them. So I'm going to give you points because I know that's a big thing. I gotta give rewards out for us to do something. So everybody's going to get a participation ribbon when it comes to attendance on a video. So you'll have this each week. The bulk of this course is going to take place here in our modules. This is where the bulk of this course, this is where it lives. We're going to go through all of this stuff here in a second, but you can see each week you will have a start here page and you'll have your assignments. Now this, I'm going to give you a code word at some point tonight. Don't let me forget. I'm going to give you a code word and you'll go in there and you'll answer the code word. You'll say, what's the code? You'll just put the code word into it and we'll be good. Okay. Any questions on that part? Everybody see my screen? Everybody sees the Canvas page? I just want to make sure. Some people I've talked for 20 minutes and people haven't told me they can't see it. Now, this is just assignments because there's really not much resources I'm giving you this week. As you can see, as we move further down, you'll have the start here page. It'll tell you everything. Then you will have the, you do not need to reply for peers for your Padlet pick collage. The self-assessment we'll get to. It'll tell you specifically in the assignment if you have to. Then you'll have resources. I'm going to give you, for a lack of better terms, a crap load of resources. Okay, I'm going to give you so many resources you don't know what to do with. But I don't expect you to look at every single resource. There in this class, there are multiple kinds of learners. There's some people that want to watch something, so there's videos in there. Some people that want to read an article. There's some people that want to read a flyer. So I've tried to put a bunch of different resources in there. There's enough resources for you to do the assignment, but you do not have to watch or to read every single resource. So when if you want to, absolutely. And again, I think the resources, I've actually went in there and I've updated a lot of the resources. So take a look. Okay. So kind of go down here and look, we're going to be doing the first 2 weeks, guys, a lot of introduction. Okay. Third week, we're going to start talking about access and diversity issues. One of the most important things in technology right now. Not everybody has great access, and we can't assume that everybody is on an equitable playing field when it comes to it. We'll talk more about that. It's 2 weeks of that. Then we get into this curation. We'll start getting into a little bit of project things. We're going to do a social media deal. We're going to do presentations. So this is kind of project. You'll build a presentation. You'll do a digital assessment. You can see that's 2 weeks. You're going to make an Adobe Express project. You're going to make a video. Okay. And then we have some extra credit in here. And final reflection, and boom, class is over. So don't worry too much about all that. You can look, if you look in the schedule, it tells you all our topics. But I do want to get going here on the syllabus. So just so you know here, obviously I'm Mark Elner. My GTA Josh, he will be, Joshua will be the person that does the bulk of the grading in here. Now, Josh and I have now worked together for a long time. He knows exactly what I want and how I grade. We kind of tag team it, but he does the bulk of it. He will, and he's great. He does great. He makes comments. If you need if you need help or all that, and we'll talk about that. So that's Joshua. You can always reach out to him for questions too. Now, let's get into this. This is the biggest issue we have in a course like this. I get it. It's 1 credit. So you're sitting there on Thursday night, your assignment's due, and you have 3 assignments due that night, and you're like, what thing am I not doing? And it comes across, you're not going to do the ed technology thing. Now, remember, I will have given you this, all that stuff is going to be given to you the Friday before. So you will have from the Friday before to typically that following Thursday to get that done. So don't wait till Thursday night at 11:30 to do it. But if you miss, let's say you don't get it in Thursday night by 11:59, you turn it in, you haven't turned it in. I will wake up. One of the first things I do in the morning on Friday, when I get into the office or if I'm at home, is I will go in there to all my classes, and anybody who has not submitted the assignment that is due, you will get a notice. You'll get a message. Hey, you didn't, just say just a reminder that assignment was due last night. Now, here's the problem if you don't turn it in. You have people that want to do in our discussions or our peer reviews, those kind of things. People need to get it done. So you're going to lose points based on the rubric. Just take a look at the rubrics. It'll tell you, and we will let you know. If you are more than 1 week late, you need to tell me. You need to communicate with me that you have turned it in. So let's say it's due on Thursday. It's next Friday. You decide you're going to finally do it. You need to tell me and communicate with me before I grade it. If it is 2 weeks late, you and I will need to have a personal conversation on Zoom or whatever. If you're on campus and want to meet, I'm happy to do that. That is not for me to yell at you. I promise I'm not going to yell at you, no matter how much I want to. I'm going to be nice, and I will. But what I'm doing that for is I want to make sure that I am doing all I can to help you be successful. What is going on that is causing you to be 2 weeks plus late in your assignment? Because I know if you're 2 weeks late in my class, you're probably 2 weeks late in another class, and things are going to start to, snowball. And next thing you know, all heck's breaking loose. So what I want to do is grab that and figure it out so we can stop it. Because what happens in this class, every semester I've ever taught this class is it will be December 14th or whatever the last day of finals is. And somebody's going to email me and say, hey, I've just had a really tough semester. Can I turn everything in today? And the answer is going to be no. Okay, because that's not fair. You're not going to get anything out of the course. And some of you, I know some of you are taking this course because you are student teaching in the spring, and you have to have this course done so you can student teach. So please don't put me in that situation, and don't put yourself in that situation. If you're consistently late, always late, I'm going to reach out to you and we're going to have a conversation. You are in the teacher. If you're in here, you have now been accepted into the teacher or the College of Education, right? You are in block 1 or further. So if you are here, you are now in the College of Education, which means you want to be a teacher. And I want you to think when it's coming up that I'm going to be late to stuff, I'm not going to turn stuff in. What are you going to do when that's your student? If you are unable to hold your own self accountable, now, how can you ever expect to hold a student accountable? That behavior will go over and over and over again. It's one of the craziest things I've noticed with students, and I noticed it with my kids too, is not turning work in. When I was in school, I just turned it in. If you just turn it in, even if it wasn't good, if I turned it in, I'm going to get a C or better. Well, now I have kids that just don't turn in, and I have kids that I do not want to fail anybody. This is not a class you should fail. You should get an A. And I say that in every class I teach because I'm dead serious. There's no reason for you not to get an A in this class. Because here's the deal. If you turn it in on time and you do a terrible job, I'm going to tell you what you did wrong, and I'm going to let you redo it. You're always going to have an opportunity to redo assignments. So really take another look at this section. Okay? Take a look at that. Get it in there your head. Think about it. Okay? I know it's 1 credit. I know it's going to get down on the priority. I teach, a bunch of other 3 credit classes, and I know, but I spend more time on this class than any other class. I spend more time meeting with students in this class than any other class because of those kind of things. So make sure you're trying to get that. There's a schedule here. This schedule is pretty locked in. There's things that can change. So self-assessment, so you don't have replies. You'll see here, if you have replies, it'll tell you. So this is due Thursday. Your replies are due on Sunday. Thursday, replies due Sunday. Now, why do we do these replies? And I'm going to take you off of share. Why do I have you do these things? A couple of reasons. One is, I think it's important to see what other people are doing, right? That's the best way we can learn. See what other people are doing. Education is all about stealing stuff from people. None of us are reinventing anything, okay? We're seeing what other people do, and we take bits and pieces and we kind of turn it into our own thing. So I want you to see what other people are doing. I also want other people to get feedback from somebody other than me. I can only give so much feedback to all of these students. Okay? It's kind of ironic that in a class of education, we have 150 students, and anybody would tell you, like, we need to have smaller classes, but that's the way it is. So I'm going to give you feedback through rubrics. I'm going to show you that here in a second. But I want you to be able to get feedback from other people. And we're not looking for major criticism. We're not looking for, that's terrible, I wish you never did that. We're looking for just so you can get some comments and some discussion going. It's an online class. Online classes, listen, they have a survey purpose. We're going to get a lot of good projects done, but you do miss out on the relational part. I'm going to do my best, but we can only do so much. This is a way to do that. You will only ever have to reply to 2 people at most. You're in groups of 3. So you're not having to reply to 10 people. You would reply to 2 people. And I want more than, hey, nice job. Give them some meaningful feedback. I'm not even get into, but down the road, you're going to be doing peer reviews of each other. Again, when we do projects, you'll do peer reviews. When we kind of do discussion stuff, it won't be. Now, what I want you to also notice as we go through the schedule, you can see there's 2 assignments here. This pick collage should take you about 5 minutes. It's kind of fun. These things are all, a lot of them are set up to say, what could you could also do this in your class, that pick collage to get to know you. We're going to do a Go React introduction video. So Go React is the platform we use for distance supervision. So whatever you're out there doing your practicums or you're doing student teaching, you're going to be using Go React. So we're going to kind of just get a little bit of an intro into it. I supervise that for the whole College of Education. Here we're talking about access and diversity. You can tell, so these will be 2 things. That's 2 weeks on that. It's important. Oh, thank you very much, Miranda. Forgot I got onto my little soapbox there. Sorry. I appreciate that because a lot of people won't tell me. Okay, so we're going in here. You tell there's 2, there's an assignment here. Basically like 1 assignment a week, okay? If you include your discussions. See that? Now what you start to see is as we get further and further down, I know this is when your life gets a little crazier. So now this is a 2-week project. This is now almost a 3-week project with an extra credit project in there. So what we start to do is as your semester gets crazier with your other classes, we start to dial it back and give you more time to do things. So I would rather have quality over quantity, if that makes sense. So that is our schedule. Like I said, that's pretty locked in on that. Contact information and expectations of me. This is how you get a hold of me, preferably email. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I have my cell number on here. That's for breakout emergency use only. You know, break glass in case of emergency. You can, but you need to tell me who you are. Don't text me and go, what time's the assignment due? Or I didn't get the assignment in. You might want to give me a little more information. If you do email me, which I encourage you to, please put this, your name in ed tech, so I know. Okay, and if you just email me and you say, I don't understand the assignment, or when's it due? Again, I have 8 classes. So I will not know that, and you'll get a response back of, you'll get a response back of, I'm sorry, what class are you in? I will get back to you as soon as possible. That is typically very quickly. Usually, obviously, definitely within 24 hours, most times within, if I'm sitting at my desk or I'm sitting on my computer or I'm on my phone and I see an email come in, if I can answer it right then, I'm going to. And some of the answers might be, hey, I need to check on that. I'll get back to you. Like if you're telling me like an assignment's not working or something like that, it's like, all right, give me a few minutes, I'll check on it. Kind of the netiquette, it's kind of a little thing. Oh, what can you expect from me? Just trying to make this class as engaging as you can make this class. Trying my best, trying to be positive with you, trying to encourage you and be there. I'll be honest, like I'll be there if you need something, if I can help you. I think if you ask students in this class that have had me before, they would agree. When we're on there and we're doing discussions, consider what you write. Don't be rude. I don't think you will be. We usually don't have a problem with that. Just some people may not understand, like if you're being sarcastic or anything. So take a look at that page, just kind of our expectations. I have a video here called My Thoughts on How I Grade. I did this a few years ago when I had so many students and I had kids asking about feedback and everything. So if you want a chance on how to watch that, I just kind of say like, what I don't do is just throw a well done or a good job or attaboy down for everybody. That's patronizing to you. So what I do is I do rubrics here with a class like this. So let's take a look at technology self-assessment. And let's take a look at the rubric. And you can look at all these rubrics. So this is how I'm going to grade you. So I'm going to look at this. And so I'm going to say, are there valid connections made? Are there posts complete? Are there opinions presented at a critical level? And so if you get, let's say when you get done, you get full credit for this assignment. You're going to look through this rubric and say, oh, that's what he means. If we take any points off anywhere, you're going to know why. So if I take some points off for the critical discussion part, you're going to know why I think that, and we're going to give you the opportunity to fix it. That is how I grade. That's just with this class, that's the most effective way. I will put the, let me stop my screen again. Around here, I got three screens going. So I will, each week I'll post those videos so it'll go on the homepage, and I'll send an announcement out. If you don't get the announcements from your Canvas classes, you need to get them now. You need to figure out how to have those, make sure you're getting those through email. You will be responsible for everything that I say in the videos and everything that I send out in the announcements. Okay. When I put out videos, so like, for example, we do the Adobe Express project. I have a video on the Adobe Express project. Not only do I explain it a little bit in there, but I have a video that goes over everything and I show it to you, right? I basically walk you through it in a video that you can see the screen. So if you were to email me and say, I'm having trouble with the Adobe, I don't understand it, my first question is going to be, did you watch the video? Because a lot of times it's pretty obvious that you didn't. So make sure if I have videos in there, if I tell you it's important, I will not just say it to say it. I'm going to say it because I think it's important. Okay. All right, we're doing pretty good here. Any questions so far? None. All right. We're up to 63 students. Okay. Now's the time for the code word. Now we're not completely done, but I'm trying to sneak the code word in here a little bit. So the code word is, what's something we've talked about? Intentional. Intentional. I won't even take off for spelling. Let me make sure this code word thing is correct. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. Assignments. Yep. So all you got to do is go in there into that assignment, into the assignment box, and write intentional. Don't tell your friends. Still want them, you had to do it. Everybody will have to do it. You'll get 10 points just for doing that, just for being here. When I do the videos, okay, I'm getting my classes confused. I don't think I told you. So when I put out the videos every week, so I will put out a video most weeks. There will be code words or code things that you have to do in each video. It might be a little bit of an assignment. It won't be anything long. It might be something that you have to put in to make sure you have watched the video. Did I say that already? I'm getting the two classes confused. Okay. So I'll tell you something that you do. That way everybody watches the video and we all get something out of it. Again, there are times where I will tell you in the video that assignment is not due that week and we're not going to do it. And it's a great little way to get people, because I'll say, hey, we're not doing this assignment this week. We're going to just nix it. We're going to use a catch-up week or whatever. And then I can just tell all the people that didn't watch the video are the ones that turned in the assignment. So, don't do anything like, and then they're like, why didn't I get points for that? This class, more than any other, I said this already, is the class that gets behind. Stay up with it. Look at my emails, look at my announcements. I will work with you. I'm going to go through my little mental illness rant here. That is the number one thing going on in education right now. That's bigger than technology. Okay. Kids are dealing with it. Most of us are dealing with it. There's very few. I bet you there's nobody in this 63 people that don't have mental illness touching them some way, whether it be yourself, whether it be a friend, whether it be a kid, whether it be a parent, whatever it might be. Okay. I deal with it myself. I deal with anxiety and depression. I take medicine for that. My kids deal with that. And it's been a massive impact on their education. Okay. I get it. If you are struggling, talk to me. Okay. This class is not worth getting yourself so wrapped up, then you're going to fail. We can make it work. I promise you, we will find a way to make this class work. You do not want to take an F just because you got yourself all out of sorts this semester. It's not going to get easier the longer you let it go. I promise I won't be judgmental. I promise I won't get mad. I promise I'll be honest with you. I'll be supportive of you, and we will find a way to make it work. But if you wait until December and you tell me, oh, I've been struggling with mental illness all year, it's going to be a little harder for me. I know it's hard to reach out sometimes, but I'm giving you that opportunity, I'm telling you that this will work this way. This class should be fun. It should be informational. You should, again, it's project-based for the most part. You know, you should be able to get some ideas, and you should be able to take things with this class. Everything you do in here should relate to your content area. So like, for example, when we're doing presentations, if you're a PE person, that presentation should be based on something to do with physical education. If you're a music person, based on something to do with music education. When you're making the video, those. When we do our assignments in here, just an overall thought process on these, because I get some of this, I don't want these to be goofy or dumb. I don't need anybody doing, remember I talked about intentional, okay? Remember I talked about being intentional. I don't need videos and assigned presentations on how to tie shoes. I don't need videos and presentations on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I can do those very effectively without technology. If you think about that, are you really going to use a presentation tool to teach your kindergartners how to tie their shoes? If you are wasting your time. So what I want you to do is do it to something that is intentional and is going to make it better. I wish I could just make a whole video smash of the videos I have of how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or presentations on how to tie shoes. Okay. That's not intentional. That is intentional if I just want to throw something on there. Okay. If you're a first grade teacher, make it for a first grade student. This is not for me. This is for you. This whole thing is for you. I don't care about your grades in the sense of I have to give you a grade. Whether you get an A in here or a B in here probably doesn't determine whether or not the grade itself doesn't determine whether or not you're going to be a good teacher. It's how intentional you are, the effort you put into learning about yourself and about what you can do to make your students better. If you're just here to fly by and get a grade, then you have to go to a different program. Education is not for you. Education is real. It's tough. It is for people who really want it. Okay. And I try to be that way. And I promise I'll do everything I can. I'm not going to be perfect. I will make plenty of mistakes. And there may be plenty of times you get mad at me. But I will tell you, I'll come with energy. And I'll come with passion about it. All right. And do whatever best that we can for you as an individual. It's not about me. All right. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. If at any time you're like, I need a little more, we will probably do one through the semester, at least one more, maybe two more open nights where I say, okay, I'm going to come on. I'll be on, Zoom from 7 to 8 on a Wednesday night. If you have questions about the class or the assignment, especially this when we get into like some of our Adobe Express or video stuff, and I'll come on and, you won't be required to be there, but I'll give you opportunities, and I'm sure it'll be me and maybe two other people, if that. But we'll do those kind of things. This will be done. Your online class it is your job to learn in the online class. I'm not going to lecture you on it. Okay. The code word is intentional. Intentional. All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming on here. I would love to meet each and every one of you individually. If you happen to be on campus, jump by, see me, room 207. If you see me in the hallway, wave. If you want, like I said, you want a little more one-on-one, or you have a question, or you just want that relationship time, just let me know. We can Zoom anytime. All right. All right. Thank you very much. I will stay on in case anybody has a question that they would just rather ask in a smaller venue. And we will talk to you soon.